So it's carnival season over here in Germany, and hence why I'm wearing the Fortuna Dusseldorf shirt today. Maybe it'll bring us some luck, who knows? Did you know that you can contact the German Gills Show using our WhatsApp? The link to that is in the description. It's an American number actually, but don't worry, it does go straight to my phone, so I'll be able to contact you back. And any message that you leave, whether it's about the channel or about the game, which could be used in the Gill Fan Zone, which is the new section in our German Gills videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that is in the description, and any donations are much appreciated. Welcome to German Gills. Gills are up north to Manchester to take on bottom of the table club Rochdale this afternoon. Your German Gills show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. Luke is likely to make a couple of predicted changes this week after a win against Grimsby Town in his Luke's 11. German Gills is coming live from Duisburg, Germany to see if the form book really does matter today at Spotland. Schön, dass du da bist, und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills Show as Gillingham take on Rochdale this afternoon up in Manchester. It's a really big game for both clubs today. Rochdale at the foot of the table and the worst formed team, and Gillingham climbing out the relegation zone and the top formed team in the last 6 games. Kick-off in the UK is at 3 o'clock, but over here in Germany it's 4 o'clock, and it's really great to have you on this German Gills Show. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game. And if you'd like to follow our socials, you can do so on Twitter, which is Deutsche Gills, and of course on Instagram, which is German Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat that's at the bottom of the video to navigate around. Let's have a look at Luke's 11. He still hasn't managed to get a full strike, but he's put a couple of changes in today based on the fixture that we had against Grimsby on Tuesday. So let's have a look how he thinks the Gills should line up against Rochdale.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Luke's 11. Tuesday saw the Gills get back to the winning ways with a fantastic result against the resolute Grimsby side. Goals from both George Lapsley and Oliver Hawkins saw the Gills escape out of the relegation zone and climb to the dizzy heights of 21st position. Saturday we travelled to the Crown Hall Arena, facing a team that currently sit rock bottom of the league. Rochdale, however, will still be a stern test, and with a certain Mr. Danny Lloyd in the team still poses a real threat. After Tuesday, I think we should see a few changes, especially in defence. So let's get to it. Morris in the sticks, a change at the back with Alexander coming in at right back, Aymer and Masterson to pair in the middle with Robbie McKenzie in at left back. Potentially a bit harsh on David Tutunda because he has been in some fine form since the new year, but that has dropped significantly over the last 2 games, and I see him being on the bench for Saturday. In midfield, a return for Sean Williams with Dieng sitting alongside, Dom Jeffries and George Lapsley keeping his position within the team after scoring his first goal for the Gills. Up front, our dynamic duo of Tom Nichols and Oliver Hawkins, again scoring a great header on Tuesday night, sending the Rainier men into absolute raptures, and I can see him getting another one on Saturday. Score predictions this week, I think it's going to be a tough test, as I've said, but I think we're going to win, and that's going to win 2-1. Los geht's, Gills.
Now, normally we would have Adam Westgate now, but he's not heading up to Rochdale. But we do have somebody else who's going to be our correspondent today, who is a Gills fan living in the north of England, who's going to a couple of games. So keep an eye out for the Harrogate game away from home. His name is Kirrien, and this is his thoughts for today's game. He will be going to Spotland. Let's hear what he has to say.
Rochdale versus Gillingham today. Big game for both clubs. Gills need the 3 points to avoid the relegation battle that's going to happen towards the end of the season, and I'm going the right way for that at the moment. Rochdale need the 3 points to not lose their league status that they've had for 100 years now. So big game for both clubs, but ultimately Gillingham need a big statement win today. It's the best team in the league by form versus the worst, so I'm predicting a 3-1 win today, especially after the way we came about after the dreadful first half against Grimsby and how we managed to win the game in the second half. Nichols has been unlucky in front of the goal for the last couple of games, so maybe a couple of goals from him today. I'm glad Ollie Hawkins and George Lapsley scored against Grimsby, and I'm hoping one of them score again today, so that's going to be a nice 3-1 win, 3 points wrapped up for us. and even further away from the relegation zone.
German Gills now has a new WhatsApp, and if you want to contact the show to be involved in our new Gills Fan Zone, you can do so by using the link in the description or the number on the description as well, so you could be involved in something like this.
What's up, German Gills? Love what you're doing. Beautiful account. Anyways, I'm going to go bold here. I'm going to go 4-0 Gillingham. Let's go 3 hat-trick for Tom Nichols and 1 for Timothy Dieng. I'm bold here. Come on, you Gills.
Looking at today's game, the signings we've made, Oliver Harkins, Lapsley, players like that, and Tom Nichols, very good players. It's going to be a tough game coming towards that. Coming towards the fact that you've won 3 and 5. On form, you're realistically the best team in the league, I'd say. And on form, we're where we are for a reason. We're just not playing good this season. Because our new manager has been left with the sack of rubbish that the old one had signed us in the summer, and we can't do nothing about that. So it looks destined that we're going down. Also, going off the back of that, we haven't won since we played Bradford in January the 10th. So like, we're so far gone. I think it's just, let's see where we can get points and see if we can somehow survive this division.
Let's head over to Scotland for today's live match reaction. Los Gates Gills. So we're underway here at Scotland. It's a big game for both teams. Both teams don't want to lose this. I think Gills realistically just need to get something from this game. If it's a draw today, we feel we probably could have won this one, but actually I'd probably take a point. Just want to say a couple of things. We've got a couple of score predictions on the text as well, which is Mike's to go for a 2-0. We've got Jackson Lennon, who made the trip to Mansfield with their dad, has now made it to Rochdale. They're going to go for a 2-1 win. Steve, the steward, for a 2-0 win, and Will, all the way from Canada, is going for a 3-1. So all positive results for Gills today, it looks like. Let's see if we can actually get it. Gills done really well to get the ball forward in. McKenzie, there's left hand side, first time into the box. Surely can Gills got the end of this? They can do. Surely someone's going to get a shot away. They've taken it, and it's been saved, I think, on the line as they take another shot into the box. Can Gills have another go at goal? They can't, but they are trying and knocking at the door suddenly now, and the attack is still on. It looked like it was either a block on the line or by a goalkeeper save. I wasn't too sure as it goes into the box one more time. Can Gills get a shot on? They can by Lapsley, but it's going to be given by the goalkeeper, and it's the first meaningful attack of this game so far. It's I couldn't quite see what happened on the line, actually. Obviously, a little bit clearer now. It's a good shot, I think. Well, no, that's actually that's the bit after. They're not showing the bit before. Okay, I don't know, but I'm sure when I look back at the video, or you do, you will see it as Rochdale are coming forward out of attack of their own, and it is cleared away by, I think that was Masterson, and I think I'll end the highlight there. Rochdale the throw on this right-hand side, given back to the throw-in taker. Otto is going to get into the ball. He's in the box. He's got a little bit of pace. Gills got to be careful of that as Rochdale trying to find a way down into this right-hand side. They've now sort of put a sprint to the centre. This could be a shot from distance or a pass through. It's not bad, actually, this end. It's a good save by Morris, and this could be dangerous for Gills. They need to clear their lines. It's the first meaningful attack that Rochdale have actually put on Gillingham, but they've been on top the last since Gills had their first foray themselves. And it's a lovely ball, this. Look at that for a ball. It looks like it should be Morris as he's come out and made himself big, and he's made a decent save there. And luckily, there's a couple of players back, including Neighbour, to clear the Gills lines. But my goodness me, Rochdale are really on the attack at the moment, and Gills need to wake up a little bit. Gills coming forward now in Lapsley, and he's got a little bit of support beyond him in Chad Alexander. He's going to have to use him, I think. Rochdale are really closing Gillingham down quickly at the moment, but it's leaving a lot of gaps in the centre of the park as he shoots from distance. Oh, that was Williams shooting from distance. I have to say, actually, one of the dangers of Rochdale closing down this quickly is that there's a lot of space in the centre of the park, and, you know, this is that's goal of the season territory from Williams, and if that goes in, that's incredible. But as you can see from this pass, the amount of space that he has in the centre of the park, Williams, to take a shot on goal, it's quite incredible, and that is because Rochdale are closing down Gillingham players really, really quickly. Still 0-0. Oh, there's a ball through here for Rochdale on the attacker. There's only two of them there. That's a fantastic ball through. This could be really dangerous for Gills, and wow, Rochdale should be doing significantly better there, but Gillingham again fell asleep. It's a bit of an open game at the moment, but Gills twice now have fallen asleep in really dangerous positions, and oh, I mean, it's a huge shot off target and a huge let-off for Gillingham, but Rochdale are really showing that actually they're not to be easily pushed over, and Gills really need to be on their game. To throw in for Gills on his left-hand side, taking on McKenzie. It's launched straight into the box. It should be cleared away by Rochdale. It's not. It's gone straight back to McKenzie. He puts it back into the box to recycle. Could Gills get on the end of this? They can! And and Gills have scored! And it's Hawkins! And he's scored in 2 consecutive games, and Gills have got the advantage in a really crucial fixture at the bottom of the table, cementing Rochdale right on 24th, even further. And Gills with this win, if they can get it, can force themselves further up the table away from the relegation zone. And it's Hawkins who's in the right place at the right time, using his power, using his height to get Gillingham on the score sheet. Rochdale did clear their lines, but it went straight back to Mackenzie, who put it straight into the danger zone. That's where it needs to be. 2 Rochdale players couldn't get it away, and it just falls on the left shin of Hawkins, who manages to put it in the back of the net. And Gillingham are 1-0 up in this crucial game here at Rochdale. So currently stands, it's Gillingham 1, Rochdale 0.
Yes.
Well, Rochdale got the ball on this left-hand side. They've done well to gain possession here and build an attack to try and level it at the 26th minute as they're coming forward. They're going to shoot from distance. It is a decent save by Morris. He probably feels he should be holding that, but it is wet out there. But Morris has done well to put safe hands behind it to be able just to parry it. Well, not necessarily wide, but just from obviously going to the back of the net. In essence, he feels he should be saving that every time, and he did that time. So to keep the score, still 1-0 Gillingham. So Williams sprayed this ball out to the right-hand side, headed forward by Hawkins. Gill's got in this lapse. He's going to take a shot, and he has done it. It's a decent save by the Rochdale goalkeeper. I've got to say that lapse, he did not connect with that at all very well. But just by the scuff of the shot, he managed to put it right in the bottom right-hand corner, and the keeper had to scramble over to his left-hand side to reach it. Lapsley should be doing better with the connection, but actually it nearly went in his favour. Gillingham nearly doubled their advantage on the 37th minute. It's a long ball over the top for Gills to chase. Can O'Brien get on the end of this? He can, and he just couldn't get his foot around it. That was a tricky one in fairness. But another Route 1 attempt for Gills, and O'Brien should have felt he'd done a lot better there. I mean, no, he's just completely missed the ball, actually. But Rochdale in defence a little bit shaky at the moment and letting those balls go through, and Gills just need to take advantage of that. Whilst it looks like the goalkeeper is going to be substituted, it's the second time he's gone down. And for what it's worth, it looks like Hawkins has a little bit of an injury. Hopefully he can get through to half-time. Still 1-0 Gills. And that is half-time. So as it currently stands, it is Rochdale 0, Gillingham 1, and on the line we have Kirrien, who's joined us for the German Gills for the first time. How you doing, Kirrien?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Reese. Very enjoying the game a lot.
Yeah, I'm pleased to hear that. So, what do you make of the first half so far?
Yeah, we've been very good. We've controlled, when we've had the ball, we've controlled it quite well. Adrian O'Brien's not put a foot wrong. I think it's his first start for us today. Looking very good. We've had a few wobbles at the back, but Rochdale have been so poor they haven't been able to capitalise on it.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the game Rochdale have not been at their best, but is there anything Gillingham need to do in the second half to be able to really put this game to bed?
I mean, I think attacking we're doing really well. We just need to take a few more of our chances and get them on target. The thing that concerns me the most is the way we've had a few wobbles at the back. I think if we just tighten up the back and we take advantage of the shots and the opportunities we're having, I think we'll come out on top.
And for balanced opinion, we have Michael as a Rochdale fan, and these are his thoughts for that half so far.
I don't know if you can hear me much, but as of right now, 1-0 Gills at Crown Isle Arena. Shouldn't be 1-0, should be 1-0 in my opinion. We've had 2-3 good chances where we should have scored. But so far you've clearly been the best side because you've slotted your only good chance away. I think the game's going to end just 1-1, hopefully.
We're about to get underway for the second half, and it's a really important half for both teams to get something from this game, and both teams don't want to lose this one. So Rochdale losing currently, they're going to want to get back into it, so they're going to be threatening the second half, I think. Rochdale now coming down this right-hand side of their first attack of the half. They're trying to get away through it. It's a lovely bit of football by Rochdale as it goes into the box. And Gills needed a bit of defensive work, but it's going to be a shot from distance. Well chased down by Maxima. But the attack is still on for Rochdale as quickly as the ball on the left-hand side is going to put an in-swinger into the back post. That's dangerous for Gills, and it's gone straight into the hands of Glenn Morris. Good bit of defensive work for Gills, but Rochdale showing us that they really have still something in the locker moving forward. This is where they're actually pretty good, Rochdale, moving forward. And defence are a bit shaky, but moving forward, Gills need to be careful in defence because Rochdale really have it in their locker to get one back. Counter-attack now, Rochdale on this left-hand side. They put the ball into the box, and Gills just about clear their lines, but not convincingly, and they've still got the ball now. They're going to recycle it to the right-hand side. This is dangerous for Gills. It's a good shot and a good save by Morris. My goodness me, Gills are really living life dangerously at the moment at the back, as Rochdale look like they're going to be scoring some goals, and they probably would argue they should be at least level in this game. As it currently stands, though, it is Rochdale 0, Gillingham 1. So Rochdale have got a freak on this right-hand side, delivered straight into the box. It's not a bad ball in. It looks like Rochdale looking to recycle this instantly. I think that's hanging on the right-hand side as it goes to the left-hand side. So cutting in, and Rochdale trying to build another attack again as it goes straight down the goalkeeper's throat, and it hits the bar twice. My goodness me. Gills are really getting away with a lot of stuff. It was Malarkey actually put the ball in the box. Sorry, Rochdale fans, trying to keep up your players' names, but that was quite incredible. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot or a cross-come shot. It was something, and actually it is Morris who tips it onto the bar, and luckily for Gills, Bennett just couldn't get there because he hit the bar one more time. My goodness me, Gills got away with that one as the ball is still in attack for Rochdale, but it is now offside. Still 1-0 Gillingham, but only just. Nichols now coming down this right side of Gills. He's got Jeffries in support there, and obviously he's got Che Alexander as well. Gills will try and get an attack of themselves going as Nichols running to the box. That looked like too easy, and he's going to take a shot himself, and it should be in the back of the net! And Gills have scored! And on the counter-attack, it looked like Lapsley was offside, but Gillingham have managed to get the ball in the back of the net and double their advantage. I've got to say, it looked a little bit too easy for Nichols to run into the box and put that, what looked like a shot, into the left-hand corner. And as a result, Lapsley was onside, launched onto the end of it and managed to pull it in the back of the net. But I've got to say, for all the attacking that Rochdale have done and how unlucky they have been not to get back level, I've got to say, defensively, they've just fallen asleep here. Look, Nichols is walking. There is no closing down. Bennett had his back to the game. This is really poor defending by Rochdale. I'm really sorry, but that is not good enough. And if you're going to defend like that and not score the equal amount, I'm sorry, the trapdoor to the National League might open for you. As it currently stands, it is Gillingham 2, Rochdale 0, and looks like Gillingham might be walking away with 3 points from Scotland. Really poor work by Gills, and Rochdale coming forward here. This could be dangerous. This could be the chance that Rochdale need. And it's a fantastic tackle by Masterson, which has kept Rochdale out. They're a little bit slow moving forward here, but it's really poor work by Gills and great work by Rochdale. That is a fantastic tackle by Masterson and worthy of winning any game. Still 2-0 Rochdale as a corner on this left-hand side, which they take short. We'll keep the highlight going as they look at the ball into the box and recycle. That looks like it's going straight into Morris's hands, and it still remains 2-0 to the Gills. And that is full time, and Gills get a vital 3 points away at Rochdale by beating them 2-0. And we're going to give the final word to our 2 guest speakers on, and that's Kirrien and Michael.
So it's full time at the Crown Royal Arena. Rochdale 0, Gillingham 2. We deserved at least a goal there. We should have had at least 3 penalties if I'm not being biased. But well done to the Gills, and all the best for this season. And hopefully we can stay up. We can pull it and stay up, but I don't know. I think it's game over now.
What a result, 2-0 today. With the teams around us either drawing or losing as well, that's helped us out a lot. I think we've just seen again a Lapsley and Hawkins double. 2 games in a row. Just shows that the camaraderie and the respect they've got for each other is working on the pitch for us now. And with that, it keeps Rochdale dead bottom of the league, and maybe we've just resigned them to relegation. But fantastic game, fantastic result. What else can I say other than that? Gills are just brilliant in the second half. Rochdale did try something in the second half. It didn't quite work, but our defence tightened up really well. Glenn Morris's safe hands as per usual. A couple of good saves in the first half and some really good catches from crosses in the second half. So yeah, well done Gills. Let's keep going and let's get another 3 points next week. Up Gills.